What is up, everybody? Welcome to another Winging It podcast reacts. Thought I'd go on ahead and go and get started. I know we got 13 minutes. I usually try to wait until it's like 5 or 10 minutes before the show starts, just so I could, have a chance to, wax poetic. But thought I'd go on and get it started. So basically, what we have here is the Harry Potter game for this state of play. Um, Gonna be interesting because we haven't seen nothing on this one. I want to say in about 2 years, 3 years, I think it was when the last time we saw something along the lines for this Harry Potter game. So very very much interested in seeing what they're gonna show today. It's supposed to go only about 20 minutes, so there's that. Like I said, here's hoping that we see something good. I'm looking forward to it. I have watched the Harry Potter movies, read the last two books. Um, I thought the last, especially like the later stuff, was actually really good. I never read the first three or four books, but I did read like the last three. I want to say I read Order of Phoenix, Half Blood Prince, and Deathly Hallows. And not gonna lie, those books are actually pretty good. So looking forward to seeing what we're going to see today with this broadcast, as it were. Um, don't really know what to really expect. I'm hoping that we see a little bit of gameplay at the very least. That way, we'll have something to like whet our appetites, as it were. Probably get a little bit of a release date, I hope, but we shall see. What is up, Sandstorm? How you doing, man?
Yo, what is up? I ran
So,
around the world and finally made it.
well, we got like 11 minutes, so this one's
Awesome.
only supposed to go 20 minutes. So I mean, I'm hoping to see some gameplay.
Oh man, I'm hoping to see everything. I mean, you don't got to show everything, but this is all one of those games that's on my must buy list. So hopefully,
Okay.
hope as of right now, I haven't seen anything besides the little cinematic trailer that they showed off. But yeah, this
Because this is
man,
what that was 2020 when they first showed that teaser.
yeah, yup, 2020. Um, Sony's own presentation. So
Yeah.
um,
Now I don't think this is an exclusive though. I really don't
no,
think it's an exclusive.
no,
So
it's
it's
not.
just one of those situations like Nintendo does, where they have it, they just let them put it out, and then they'll show it for everybody.
Yeah, because actually, as a matter of fact, I think it's coming to all platforms except for Switch. But
Cloud
um,
version.
all right, I plan on getting it for the PC. But I'm hoping that it's like just I don't know. I've had so many like checklists for a open world Harry Potter game. I don't even care about a boss. I don't care about a bad guy. I don't care about none of that. Like none of that matters to me as long as you give me the school, give me some classes, put some hidden stuff in it here and there, give me a
I
wand and
mean,
some magic, and I'm set.
if we go on by what they did in the movies and the books, it's gonna be easy to do the hidden stuff in Hogwarts, because
Yeah,
they'd be foolish to not do that.
that's the
They would be
fun
foolish to
part.
not do that.
That is the funnest part about Hogwarts is that any turn could lead you like possibly somewhere else that nobody else has discovered or hasn't seen in a very long time. That's man, basically bully, but expanded, like extremely expanded upon. Like I love the fact that bully gave you classes and stuff like that. You had to show up for class at a certain amount of time. Excuse me. I love that about Bully, and that's why I'm so mad that that game hasn't come back yet. Because I feel like they could have did like a high school edition or whatever. And I'll even take that, Andre, and add to the fact that Bully was, if I'm not mistaken, it was more than 1 year. I think was it like the course of 2 years or the course of 3 years, maybe two. I think it was 2 years. So they could do that with this Harry Potter game show your progression over time, and it'd be cool to even see like your character like age, but not like necessarily like I feel like I'm asking a whole lot because people don't have time for that with rendering and processing and all that other stuff. But
You gotta get that
um
real time ray tracing.
you know what I'm saying? But like it would still be cool to just see like even like your character get taller to like make it seem like they're older in some aspects and give us year 1 through 7 or at least like 1 through 4. You know what I mean? Then you can do a part 2, a legacy 2 or
Hey, and
something.
then we get to take out Robert Pattinson.
Again.
Oh man, but
Oh,
yeah.
over a few semesters, but 1 year. Okay.
Well,
Well,
I will say this. Yeah, Andre, you're right. Once it makes up 120 million, then they're gonna be like, yeah, we can put it on Switch now.
yep. Yeah. It just so magically worked on the Switch. I would
Is this
need
game
cross.
being made by Bandai Namco?
Right. I would need cross saves at that point. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would rebuy. Well, maybe. It depends on
Well,
how
look,
much I like it.
to be fair, they should be doing cross saves anyway.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, any game that comes out on all systems should have cross save.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I feel like that should be standard at this point.
Yeah, especially since like, look, to be fair, since you can use the Switch technically as a handheld, technically it should definitely allow for cross save.
Yeah,
Because most people have, I'd say I wouldn't say all, but I would say probably a nice number of people have it more than one system.
Yeah,
I would say.
I feel like the mass majority at least has 2. Like you
at
got
least.
your main and your backup. So
Yeah, you may not have 3, but you may not have all 3. You may not have PC and all 3, but you have at least some variation.
Yeah.
And once again, like I said, the Switch, for all points and purposes, can be a handheld depending on how you use it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, at this point, I agree. If it's a game that's third party that's out on everything, it should have cross save. There's no excuse. There's literally no excuse for cross save. I understand Sony don't like cross play, but you ain't say nothing about cross save.
Right. Exactly.
So that's my feelings on that.
So, what was I gonna ask you? So when do you? I guess we're gonna do some real quick predictions. When do you think this is coming out? Since they're doing like like a dedicated, almost Nintendo style to like this game, when do you think this game is coming out?
I got a feeling if they say anything, it's probably going to be in Q3. But I got a feeling it's going to come out in the winter.
Okay.
The reason why I say that is because why would you put this out in the summer?
Yeah, good point.
I mean, I would not now. Granted, Forspoken did get pushed back to October,
right?
But I do think that if I'm a betting man, I'd probably put this to November and just say the hell with it. Look, at this point, I think everybody knows if you are a gaming aficionado, this year is gonna be stacked beyond belief. So you should already be expecting to like, okay, look, there's some stuff I'm just not gonna be able to get. Some stuff getting Game Pass, where I'm playing it on Game Pass, then I'll go buy it somewhere else. You know, at this point, I think that's where a lot of gamers are.
What if? Because I can't really even guess when this will come out. Like this in my eyes is probably a bigger game, considered a bigger game, especially if it's coming from WB. Because you don't have like that Wonder Woman game isn't coming out this year.
Hell no.
Yeah. So
at the earliest, that's next year.
So really, the only game that you, as far as I can remember, is that Golem game, right?
Yeah, and I think that's supposed to be this year too.
Yeah, so I would probably consider this a bigger game for them. So I think you might be right. Like,
holidays that big time. Now the only thing is depending on who you're going up against, which, like I said, Nintendo hasn't shown their hand yet, and I'm still thinking Breath of the Wild coming out this holiday.
Right. You know what I find interesting? I was just thinking this to myself is that like Microsoft hasn't done a single one of these things, and and that's fine.
They're
Like I
supposed
know
to
they,
do it after. They're supposed to start theirs after E3.
yeah,
That's
that's what I
what
was
the
thinking.
rumor is.
They're trying to keep all their cards to themselves, but I've noticed that a state of play comes relatively either before or relatively after a Nintendo Direct. And I'm starting to wonder if they're like, you know what, let's get back at let's try and get back in our lane and, and start showing off these games because
Well, you have to. I mean, okay. Here's an example. And if we had a podcast this week, this would be one of the first things I talk about. This whole issue with Initiative and Perfect Dark. That whole entire fiasco where a lot of people done left.
mm-hmm.
Now, they didn't already show the trailer. And you're having all these problems. This is not the time to have all these problems when you ain't said nothing and you literally don't really have nothing coming out.
Right.
That we can see.
Right.
Now, then once again, I don't know what Microsoft has, but from an outside looking in, you ain't got nothing, bro.
Right.
And this is the same thing that got the Wii U in trouble because they had long swatches without games because they were, well, we all know that situation. But Microsoft don't have no excuse because once again, and I said this when they kept bragging about all these studios they done bought. I'm like, okay, all y'all ain't working on no AAA title.
No.
All y'all are not working on no AAA title. Some of y'all need to be working on something smaller. Y'all don't. Everything don't have to be $500 million.
Yeah. Yeah. It really. I mean, really, they need what they really need is that filler. Like they don't have like in between the toes games. You know what I mean? Like
they don't have like a Streets of Rage 4 that can just drop.
No.
They don't have like a and don't get me wrong, they have the titles they can use.
Right.
And like and what I was thinking was, I'm like, okay, y'all got all these rare titles. We know that ain't rare that's there, but hey, use some of these titles. Tell some of these teams, okay, look, we bought y'all. We know y'all got y'all think y'all want to work on, but some of y'all gonna work on this.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, quick, easy, you know what I'm saying? Not easy, but something quick, something small. It don't have to be big. Everything don't have to be, we're trying to get this to Paramount Plus and Netflix.
Right.
Right. Just create, because you never know. That's how you create lightning in a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Kid Icarus Uprising, anybody?
Yeah, that's how you get the cult followings.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those situations where I've never understood how you have all these studios and it's been
Wands at the ready.
It's been
State
what,
of
7
Play is
years?
back with an in-depth look at the magic
they
brewing
still
in
ain't got
Hogwarts
nobody?
Legacy.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, Trinell, we're not gonna have a podcast episode Sunday. I'm gonna be out of town, so it's gonna be that following Sunday. We'll probably do something to talk about it though, because that is on my mind. So trust me, I got a pin in that one. Because that one's upsetting me.
What's up, Trinell? Oh, I'm excited.
Here we go.
I'm excited.
Let's get it. I'm finna say, if this thing cut the black and say that's back, I would be mad as hell. They really need to change the whole state of play thing. I don't really, really jive with that marketing.
Yeah.
The Batman. My bad. Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Avalanche.
I wonder what it would be like for a Michael Bay Harry Potter movie.
Oh my gosh, it'd be explosions everywhere. You only need him for the action parts.
Okay, in game, work in progress. I'm not liking the work in progress, but
gameplay and in-game cinematics. Okay.
I'm digging the rope.
Mm-hmm.
Need some black Air Force Ones, though.
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
About to start to taste out somebody keep talking to me like that. Oh, nice.
Quirky games. Oh, I can't wait.
Welcome to Hogwarts Legacy. You're a new student at the famed School of Witchcraft and Wizardry with a unique ability to manipulate powerful ancient magic hidden in the wizarding world. You'll need to uncover what's behind the return of this forgotten magic and who is seeking to harness it to destroy wizard kind, as you may be the one that decides the fate of the entire wizarding world.
Okay.
Okay, epic climactic fight scene. I already see where that's gonna take place at.
To solve these mysteries, you must create the witch or wizard.
Yes! This is all
I need an
I
afro.
want.
I need an afro.
When you arrive
I
at
need an
Hogwarts,
afro.
you will be sorted into one of the 4 Hogwarts houses: Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, or Slytherin.
The
After
claw,
you settle
baby.
into your dormitory,
The
you will
claw.
meet up with your housemates in the common room. You will then need to attend classes, and you do have some catching up to do.
Yes!
Starting
Give me
Hogwarts late
classes.
as a 5th year.
So you are the new student.
School. I
You'll
love it.
begin your studies attending
Hey,
class,
sounds like she from
defense
Wakanda.
against the dark arts, herbology, and potions classes, to name a few.
Oh, hello, class. Please welcome
Poison
the
ivy.
newest rose in our garden.
Right.
Shall we begin? Welcome to year 5 of charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge.
The best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Wow, really, bro? Hashtag Smash Brothers.
You may.
Oh snap! Final destination. Not going out.
Not bad for a beginner.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school.
Here you'll meet your professors and learn to cast spells, grow magical plants, brew potions, and more. In between classes, you'll be able to explore the castle famous for its secrets,
Yes.
enchantments, and mysteries.
Secrets. I want
You'll
it.
discover dungeons and secret passageways, as well as challenging puzzles that will require magical skill and a clever mind.
That reminds me of Ocarina of Time, and I have PTSD for that.
You may even find yourself in iconic locations you've never been able to explore before.
Oh snap! I do like how it looks though.
Yeah.
It's the late
I like how it looks.
So while
Yeah.
the common rooms and classes may be familiar, most
Some
of
of these
your
models
professors
don't look
will not.
right though, but I'm liking the
You may
environment at
recognize a
least.
few faces.
You can see that they have like a random face generator
Once the
for.
magic lets me join the Headless Hunt, I'll be right there with them. This offering is sure to win them over.
Don't forget why I'm here, sir.
You'll come to know this eclectic group of talented witches and wizards in class and while completing side assignments that are part of a special curriculum. One's designed to help you catch up with the other 5th years at your own speed.
Switch sports bowling.
Oh, okay. So you're a 5th year.
Lumos.
Opportunities for adventure abound in
Sweet.
the area surrounding Hogwarts. The magical abilities you learn to master through your schoolwork will soon become tested as you unravel a dangerous mystery by working alongside the accomplished and yet enigmatic Professor Fig to try and discover if the rumors of a mounting goblin rebellion hold any weight, and if the
This is
safety
like
of
a
Hogwarts
specific
lies in the
mission.
balance. I have.
Well, whenever you have a goblin issue, just go get the Goblin Slayer.
Right.
Anime heads, you know what I'm talking about.
Ranrock's loyalists are capable of so much more than people realise.
The wizarding world of this era is fraught with dangers. Creatures corrupted by a magical force.
Whoa.
Powerful goblins.
See that?
And
Oh, I
sinister
like
witches
that.
and wizards, all willing to fight, even kill, to achieve their own goals.
Hey, I like the
In
I
fact,
like the
an
particle
uneasy
effect.
alliance between the goblins and dark wizards.
You said you could get to the child when they came to Hogsmeade. That all you needed was a distraction. I gave you a distraction.
I just watched a student take down your distraction. Who is
Why
this
does that dude
child?
remind me of Vinnie
Do you mind
Jones?
telling me?
Perhaps you shouldn't involve
no.
yourself with that just yet.
Let's go.
Ooh, that's pretty.
I know Shadow Fox is loving this this real time ray tracing. Don't give Sakurai more ideas for Smash Brothers.
This is all. Hey, that's a smash level right there. You see it?
Yep.
Enemies possess unique defensive and offensive abilities,
Nice.
including
And
blasting
still got
curses,
ran over.
stunning spells, enchanted weaponry, and more. While some may attack directly, others might
Ooh.
enchant and
He repelled that
incapacitate you.
real quick.
Mastery of the shield
So
charm
you
allows
gotta,
you to
so
deflect
you gotta have
ranged
your
spells and
magic
direct weapon
varied.
strikes.
Okay,
Yeah. Ooh, did you see that?
like the combo
Counterattack
system.
with powerful stunning charms, allowing you to follow up with extended spell combinations.
This is it. This is the Harry
Students
Potter
who become
game.
particularly
This is the
adept
Harry
at
Potter
spellcasting
game
will
that we've been
find
waiting
many
for.
ways to exploit their enemy's weakness.
Okay, so you fighting the dead, the undead. Nice.
Whoa.
Junpo. All right, like that. Now, what did Kuchio say no jutsu?
Slam with Descender.
Hey, if we're going full anime, just go full anime.
Roast with Incendio. Devastate your enemies using various finishes.
Well, Andre, I do
You
think
can
this is
even
kind of
use
like
the
alpha
mysterious,
footage.
powerful magic your professors do not understand to obliterate your strongest foes.
It does look like alpha footage, Andre. So
Mixing and
I think it's
matching
probably gonna get
dozens of
smoothed out
spells
because
will
if
let you
it's
define
this
your
good
combat
at
style.
alpha, I'm focused.
Yeah.
On your path to become the ultimate duelist.
Oh snap, Yu-Gi-Oh! Talking about dueling. Did he just pimp slap him?
That looked like the perfect counter.
Did he just pimp slap him?
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time.
In addition to classes and spells, you'll have
Yes!
access to a deep set of upgrades, talents, and skills to aid your progression as a wizard. Complete challenges throughout the world to earn experience. Level up your abilities by choosing talents to upgrade your spells, plants, and potions to increase their power. Decide which talents best fit your playstyle
Oh,
to
snap.
allow you to focus on your favorite types of magic.
Metal Gear,
You can also
Solid.
loot, buy, or craft your own magical gear that will increase your offensive and defensive capabilities in combat.
Nice.
Gear can be upgraded and specialized to allow for greater abilities for your chosen playstyle.
This is what I was saying. Your robes and your like wand should really get upgraded to upgrade your abilities.
Yeah, but where's going to be the vibranium? That's the
Spells
one
are
I
not
need.
the only tools at your disposal in
It's not.
combat.
It's
As
not
you
made
hone
by
your
Disney,
wand
so they
skills,
couldn't add
you can
it.
continue to further your magical education at Hogwarts, progressing your development as a witch or wizard. Brew potions that can increase your power when you need a boost. Grow and deploy magical plants to mob the battlefield and keep your enemies at bay.
So I'm guessing it is one player, so that's how you're going to get your.
You can even
Your help.
unleash deadly mandrake seedlings to incapacitate unsuspecting enemies. In Beast class, you will learn about a variety
What
of
the-
magical beasts you might encounter.
Yeah.
Bro,
both
what?
at school
Fantastic-
and as you
fantastic
explore
beast.
the world surrounding the castle.
Nah, that thing
and
had a
its
brush.
The goal of the day is to remind all of you how to maneuver on a broomstick.
Yes.
Learning and mastering broom flight is highly recommended. so
Broomstick,
that you may travel
broomstick.
around
Take
the
out the wave
world
brush.
quickly.
I want you to do my herbology homework.
You're despicable.
Of course he is.
Some abilities may be taught to you by students who become your friends. As you develop relationships with these schoolmates, they can accompany you on your journey as your companions.
I wonder if we're going to run into
Over
anybody
time,
from
you'll learn
the
their
books.
stories.
I wonder.
If it's like in the actual Harry Potter, no. This
Natsai
all
Onai
takes
is a
place
brave
way before
adventurer
then.
driven by the
Oh.
justice she seeks. Poppy Sweeting has a kind heart and loves magical beasts, connecting with them more easily than with humans.
What happens now?
Unafraid of detention or breaking the rules
Sneaking in the restricted section again.
is Sebastian Sallow, a charismatic Slytherin
We've been over this, boy. Hufflepuffs cannot reverse a curse.
with a troubling family secret.
Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
You'll meet these students and more as you explore common rooms, hallways between classes, and regular gathering
This must be
areas.
before like Slytherin was really bad. Well, I think it is. 'Cause it's before Voldemort and Grindelwald. So like
One of the most
Slytherin, I don't know if they were
remarkable
like as
secrets of Hogwarts
nasty
is known
before
as the
then.
Room of
Because
Requirement.
when didn't they get nasty after the whole
You're
What's his
introduced
face?
to this space.
Yeah,
Voldemort
after,
situation.
after the
need,
whole
and then
Voldemort
provides it for
situation.
you.
But I guess too they
Since you need to
that was
catch up
supposed
to
to be
your
the
peers,
pure
the
blood
room
was
provides
supposed to
space
go
for you
to
to sow and
Slytherin,
harvest
so-
plants,
Oh, okay.
brew potions, and upgrade your gear. A helpful house elf named Deke helps you discover vivariums that allow you to nurture your own menagerie of magical beasts.
Oh,
What
damn.
is it? Deke isn't sure. Only one way to find out.
Yeah, you go in there first, not me.
Oh wow, we're making whole houses around here. Come on now. Come on. Are you serious? Are you serious?
So basically,
Not everything you need on your
Pokemon?
journey is available
Right.
at Hogwarts. You'll want to visit the nearby wizarding village of Hogsmeade, where loads of shops and vendors can
Oh,
provide you with the
man.
supplies you require.
Y'all gave me too much. Y'all gave me too much to have
Potion
fun with.
ingredients and recipes, to seeds for magical plants, to all sorts of gear.
Oh, nice.
I still don't see them black Air Force Ones.
Hey, I was looking for the
Also has
Assassin's
its
Creed
dangerous
suit.
side.
Yeah.
A band of dark witches and wizards
Especially like
emboldened by
especially
the
Syndicate.
turmoil of the time. Wander the
Hey,
village
it's
outskirts.
in England.
You must avoid them or defeat them. As you explore, you'll find the world surrounding Hogwarts is alive with activity, wonders, and areas of unusual interest. As the school year progresses, dynamic seasons and climates will fill the sky with
Oh my
lightning or
goodness.
sunshine.
Oh, cool.
Or
Okay.
coat the ground with snow or rain. Unique wizarding hamlets pepper the countryside, each with vendors and residents who have stories to tell, and missions with which they could use your assistance.
I'm gonna be
Be on
playing
the
this game
lookout for
forever.
enchanting magical puzzles that
That's
may very
horrible.
well have been designed by Merlin himself
They better not have a
when
whole
he was
bunch
a
of
student
side
at
quests.
Hogwarts.
You know they are.
Oh man.
Magical
You gotta
beasts
have,
roam the
replayability, man.
lands outside the
Yeah.
castle walls. Some have been corrupted by mysterious dark
Monster
magic,
Hunter.
while others are at war with poachers and their traps.
I've
If
seen
you're
those
feeling
in Star
vigilant,
Wars.
You can rescue them and restore them to health in the Room of Requirement. But there are dangers beyond your understanding.
Hey, Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Dungeons and vaults hold perilous threats and also untold rewards. Be careful where you choose to explore, as it may lead you down a darker path.
Okay, where's the snake? Where's the giant
Oh,
snake?
so you can be evil.
Befriend new allies. Journey across a landscape never seen before. Uncover
cool.
ancient secrets. Combat mystical threats. Learn long-forgotten mysteries.
You
Become
can be
the
good or
witch
you
wizard
can be
you want
evil.
to be,
I like that.
as
That
you
gives
leave
me
your unique
options.
mark on the
Yes.
wizarding world.
Astalos. I mean, my bad.
In Hogwarts Legacy.
Okay. That's very interesting, dude.
When's the release date?
Holiday. Yeah, I knew it was gonna be holiday.
Holiday
Yep,
2022.
holiday.
Mm.
Oh boy. PS5,
That
PS4.
was your first extended look at Hogwarts Legacy.
I might get it for the PS4.
Now let's hear
I-
from the real wizards and witches behind
I
the
gotta
game.
grab it. I gotta grab it for PC. This will probably be a PC game for me.
Okay, that makes sense.
I gotta play it. I gotta
Hopefully,
play it.
135 gigs.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to play it at 3,800 frames per second.
Yeah, in 25K.
Our team
It
is
has
so
it has to
excited
be as most
take
realistic
all
as
of the love that they
possible.
put into this as fans.
Even
and
though it's
give
a
it to
fantasy
fans.
game.
This is the game that they've dreamed of for.
But it's
20
real
years.
fantasy.
I like the art though. I kind
The
of wish
lore
they
of
would
the
kind
Wizarding
of
World is
do it
already
like that,
so
like
rich.
make the game
And all we had to
artistic
do
like that,
was
but
house
Oh,
those
like-
elements and
Paint it
build
over
a
a little
game
bit.
out of it.
Yeah.
The movies and
Chandler
the
Wood, I
books,
feel
they
like
all
you're-
touch me
I feel like I
in
know
such
you.
a way that it makes me want to go to experience Hogwarts, makes me put in so much more detail into this
Let me
game.
look you up.
I swear they've been playing Smash, dude, with some of these daggone levels they put together. I swear they've been playing Smash.
We really want to make sure that anything we add or anything we play with or anything that we explore really feels authentic.
You are not Ravenclaw, sir.
Just
Right.
love everything we have for the books, and then marrying that with the iconic experiences from the movies that fans will recognize is really just the perfect handshake between the two.
Okay, cool.
just the discovery of like seeing things portrayed for the first time. Maybe they've read something and had a picture in their head the whole time, but then finally to get to touch it, to walk around it.
You've got all these elements that can come together to create this amazing AAA open world action RPG.
When it comes to the open world, we just knew it wasn't going to be enough to just stare out of the windows of Hogwarts and wonder what it's like out there. But the final question that fans ask is, what's beyond that? What's beyond?
Now the real question is, are they going to have invisible walls?
What's beyond the Black Lake if I search?
Oh man!
And we just felt like we had to answer those questions.
That's the real question.
Well, if you looked at that first thing, it looked kind of like it was.
Creating a real wide palette of opportunities and ways to explore the world. You're going to see different stories. That
I wonder if
really
they'll just say, you know, there's no reason to go any further.
Hogwarts Legacy is an
Something
original
like
story
that,
that
yeah.
takes place in the late 1800s.
You are a new student who is starting at the famed School of Witchcraft and Wizardry as a 5th year, which is very unusual. So already there's a bit of an edge and a bit of a mystery.
The original story that we tell in the game is your story of what you did, you know, in the Wizarding world that you haven't seen before.
Or make our own magic with our story we're trying to tell.
Fans are familiar with the Wizarding world from, you know, the 1900s and on, really. But now, with this world, we're able to sort of create a space that's their own. Fans of the series will know that ancient magic has been around for a long time, to say the least, and that Hogwarts itself is a stronghold of ancient magic. And the Avatar, the player, has the ability to sense it and possibly wield it or control it.
Our process of development.
That's all I need to know.
Rereading the books.
Let me know I can be as powerful as Dumbledore. Let me know.
Every time we start,
As long as somebody do a Kamehameha and ban Kai at the same time.
Go into the films.
What if it looked like that? What if he had the wand and he was just like
being able to put our own spin.
They do the whole
this universe
Gohan versus Cell with one arm.
Design a piece that nobody has ever seen.
Oh no, he's gonna use it.
Of common room. You know, as a Hufflepuff, you always wonder, like, what is my common room supposed to look like?
It's close enough to the world that we know that fans will recognize certain names, they'll recognize spells, they'll recognize certain locations.
I recognize
They should do that.
I recognize
Yeah.
that classroom.
But mostly, it's going to be an entirely
whole
new
thing is
Wizarding
just
world
pure
that no one's ever
history.
experienced.
Yeah.
When people
Now, I will
engage
say
in
this:
the
if
Wizarding
all
world,
of that stuff
what's
is
the
all
one- what's
interconnected,
the
which
thing
I
that
don't
everyone
expect
comes
it to
back
be,
to?
but
What's
if
the thing
all
that
that,
grounds
like
all- grounds all these
Hogsmeade,
characters, grounds all these
Hogwarts,
characters? And so for
Hogwarts,
us, we really felt like that
I don't
answer
think
was
Diagon
Hogwarts
Alley is
itself. That
gonna be
school, that famous
It
school,
shouldn't be
that
in there.
way too far.
is really
But
what binds
Yeah.
it all.
I feel like if all of those are connected,
That was a very
man.
big challenge because, as everybody knows,
that's gonna
Hogwarts
be a big deal.
is huge.
Now we need to know exactly how this passage connects to this passage for a game because you're gonna have to walk it.
And of course, again, Sentient Castle.
Yeah, I'm gonna be checking y'all. I didn't watch the second movie a billion times. I better,
So many little secrets.
I better be able to find the basilisk. Basilisk. I'm telling you right now.
We recreate those very important locations. And then there's these other places that are only mentioned in the books or just alluded to. And we have to make the connective tissue that brings all that together.
Having a
Hopefully they talk to J.K. Rowling so they can get this right.
world
Yeah,
is
hopefully.
very
Myrtle
So
shouldn't
it
even
is
be
her
revealed.
world.
because it's all about the details. And as a concept team, we
Oh, that's
really
cool.
got into
That
those
is dope.
details.
Wow.
History, study architecture.
I mean, it looks like they
Fans play
they
the
did their
game.
homework.
They get as
Yeah.
lost in it as I do.
I'll give them that.
I can just be reviewing a side mission, and all of a sudden I find myself wandering Hogwarts for like 45 minutes because it's so beautiful.
The community is absolutely going to love Hogwarts Legacy.
It's going to be so
Man,
fun.
I know that dude from somewhere. He's got to be in a
We're so
show.
excited for people to
I just
come to
can't
this,
think of
to
what.
inhabit it, to actually enter the Hogwarts.
Oh, you know who I think he
This
looks
is your
like?
Hogwarts
Now
legacy.
that let me see if I can find his name.
Oh snap! Choke slam. You gonna be able to do a choke slam with a wand? I like that.
We truly hope you enjoyed the
We just need to
Hogwarts
get a Stone Cold
Legacy
Stunner with a
play.
no rock bottom
The
with
team
a
is
wand.
so
He reminds
grateful for
me
the
of Ryan Felipe.
passion
Oh,
that all of
yeah.
you bring to this.
Ryan, yeah,
It's truly
Ryan,
what
yeah. I don't
fuels
know how you
us.
say his name.
On behalf of our team
Yeah,
at
it kind
WP
of looks
Games
like him.
Avalanche,
Just skinnier in the
I
face.
want to thank you for being here today, and we'll see you at Hogwarts.
That's our show. We hope you're excited for the magic to come. See you next time.
All right, so that was 22 minutes.
Hmm.
So, let me go on and stop sharing this because I don't want to anymore. So, couple things. One,
For now.
couple things. Number one, I'm a little bit worried now because they said Avalanche, Warner Brothers Avalanche. I'm a little bit worried now, but it looks like if this is like alpha footage, which they did kind of say that in the first that little fine print, it looks great. I'm hoping they can polish it, pull their gameplay off because it looked like they pulled some of the gameplay elements off. If that is true gameplay,
right?
Not some that they because we know Ubisoft used to do that too, where they would make it look like a gameplay and it really wasn't.
Right.
So,
right.
If hopefully that really is gameplay. So, I like what I saw. I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
And you know,
this purpose.
To be honest with you, I wasn't really concerned about how it looked. I just wanted the things that we needed in there to make it actually feel like a Harry Potter game.
And they did that.
Yeah.
I feel like they did that.
Yeah.
I think the thing that struck me was how good the gameplay looked at this stage. Hey, if I can do all that combo wise, bruh.
Yo, those moves.
I'm fighting stuff for no reason.
Those
I'm
moves
challenging everybody.
All you need is a nice one of those nice trench coats with the thing on top.
Yep.
All right, who's next?
Yeah. For my Bleach fans, I'm gonna be roaming through Hogwarts like Kenpachi. I'm just gonna be roaming through Hogwarts like Kenpachi.
Everybody go get zapped.
Yeah.
This game looks really good. The one thing that I find kind of ironic that they didn't say anything about, because they were talking about classes, and I think that's cool. That was the one thing that I was looking for. If you heard before it even started, that was one of the major things. But one thing that they didn't say, and I'm kind of curious if it's going to be in, and it's not really that big of a deal, but it's still fun, is house points. If they're going to do house points, because they never said anything about that, but they said, you get to choose your, house that you want to be in or whatever. So like at the end of the semester, which would probably be the end of the game, would you be do they do like a house point thing or something like that? And I want to do it. I want it to be like real house points. You know what I'm saying? Not like something where you just like beat the game, just the story, and then it magically gave you enough house points for to be number one. Yeah, like you actually have to do the side missions and collect house points.
Have you played Trails of Cold Steel? Any of the Trails of Cold Steel games?
I have not.
Okay, so in the Trails of Cold Steel games, they have something kind of like that, where at the end of each chapter, they would give you points for how well you did, because you're basically in school. In 1 and 3, you're basically in school. So you had to do so many side quests, and some of the side quests are hidden. So as well as the actual quest for that day. So at the end of the chapter, they would give you what you did and assess you a grade. So is that what you're saying? Like how they should do for house points?
Yeah, like if you're outside of the school, and you're doing side quests or whatever, you get awarded house points. It's magic. Teachers know that you're doing something good, so you get house points. But if like you're in class and they have like questions, or you mess up on a potion, or you didn't do the spell the way that it was supposed to be, you lose house points. So yeah, and because this is on everybody who has an achievement system, at the end of the semester, that unlocks the achievement, House Cup champion or House Cup or whatever.
Okay, all right. So how do you think because you're not gonna have Kidditch in there? So how do you think the Kidditch game is gonna play? Like a mini game or?
Yeah. I think, man, I don't know, because that's like my hype too. Is like getting on the broom and just like,
and it looks like you do broom as well as Beast.
Yeah.
You ride on Beast. So
Yeah. I'm kind of wondering how accessible the broom is. Is it just as accessible? Well, it has to be just as accessible as the Beast, but it's like, as soon
you
as you
can only
walk
do it at certain
outside.
times.
Yeah, I'm not vibing with that. That unless it was something like school related, you know what I mean? Or like
Yeah.
specifically mission related, whereas like, hey, we want to kind of get the heads up or a surprise on somebody. So flying is probably not the best option to, get
Gotcha.
to this spot,
But like anytime you're doing by yourself, just
Yeah, fly.
roaming, let me
That should
fly.
be yeah.
Well, because look, anytime you have an open world, you need a fast travel style option.
Yep.
Because nobody gonna want to be walking all over the place the whole game. That's gonna get old real quick.
Yeah.
That's gonna get old real quick.
Yeah.
So I can see that as being like something like, okay, yeah, look, you're doing a mission or you're doing a quest. Yeah, you can't use your broom for this because this is a certain thing that has to happen. But
Mhm.
once you're done with that and you're in the open spaces, hey, if you got it, get it.
Have at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
If they're gonna do if they do it that way, because obviously I'm assuming that the Beast is probably gonna be attached to some sort of like main storyline deal or something like that. So the broom is probably something that you more or less start off with. I feel like they should do they could probably customize that as well, so they can increase the speed or decrease the speed or the turning, and like that would go with the whole Quidditch stuff. You know what I mean? Like to be able to turn or whatever. And then if that's the case, if they do Quidditch, like, do you just like pick the position that you're in, or are you automatically like what do they call it? Who catches the snitch?
You asked me to remember something I hadn't seen.
I can't even think of the name.
Yeah.
Oh, Seeker. If you're gonna be the Seeker, or if you're one of the beaters or whatever, hitting the ball, like how in depth is that gonna be? Obviously, it's gonna be a mini game, and they could tie that to house points too, because that's really what it's part of. But
yeah,
but yeah, I just like overall. It seems like those 2 years that we heard absolutely nothing from the last time, they were like, it's homework time, it's crunch time. We got to figure out like how to make this as living and Harry Potter as we possibly can. I'm glad they brought in the Fantastic Beasts with that too.
Yeah, because that would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
That would actually make sense. I mean, you can't not do that now that the cat's out of the bag.
Right.
So yeah, you can't not do it. I mean, it's going to be real interesting. I'll put it like that. It's going to be a very interesting thing, because we're probably going to see this either at E3 or they're probably going to get another state of play probably for fall.
Yep.
Because you're going to need to dedicate another one, especially if they don't show up at E3. Sony, please don't do that. Show up at E3.
Yeah.
Because they're going to need a live style, a Treehouse live style state of play for this, just so they can reignite the hype. When it's close to the release date. At least that's what I think they should do.
Plus, you can get in a little bit more of those details, like all these questions that we kind of asking, or what we want to see. Like some of those still kind of need to be answered. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you did a really good job at like the start of like getting us hyped for it, but like give us just a little bit more detail on exactly what's going on. Yeah,
I want to take us home.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with that. Trinell asked, wouldn't that have to be a time limit at any given year for the points? You don't have to do a time limit. You can just have it as like quest that you have to complete. So like, say if you miss a secret quest, hey, you just missed it.
Yep. You don't lose any points or anything like that.
Yeah.
And if you're talking about time limit, like when they finally have the limit for like that cutoff to decide, the limit would be like at the end of the game. So like after you beat the storyline, that's what I mean. Like if you choose to just go through the whole storyline because you want to, know how the story goes before you play it, is that really a good idea? Like, are you missing out on house points for the end of the year? And then that you might have just missed the achievement. Like you're probably going to have to go back and play the game over and play it this way if you want to get that achievement. Now, do you have to do that? No. Do you really need that achievement? Do you really want it? Probably. So you're gonna have to go back. So
that's what I'm saying. Like I can see how it can work. But it will be something interesting if they decide to implement that. But yeah, they did a good job for an initial showing. But yeah, I do think they're gonna need to do at least one more closer to release.
Yeah.
Especially if Sony decides not to do anything at E3 this year.
Yeah.
I really think that would be a bad idea on Sony's part, but
there were some things too that was like they answer, but it was like, yeah, but what does that really do? Like, you know, they were talking about the powers and the robe and stuff like that. How you can customize that to make your character more powerful. But it was like, okay, that's what's up.
But they didn't show how that would work.
Yeah, like you visually didn't see any difference. So it's like, so what are we really talking about then?
I'm thinking they're gonna show that at a later date. It has to be some kind of there has to be some kind of point system that, you know, because they said, now this is out of their own mouth, action RPG.
Yeah.
So I have to have RPG elements in there. So I'm guessing we'll be upgrading even the side weapons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that robe's gonna have like where you can actually increase the defense and all of that stuff. So I mean, I guess that's something they'll have to talk about at a later date. But as far as the fighting, I liked what I saw.
I like that. I like that. That scorpion. Get over here.
Yeah,
get over here.
I like that. I like the bringing down Thor's hammer, the lightning. I like the whole choke slam from hell through a table at Backlash.
Yeah. That multiple slam thing was kind of dope too.
Undertaker gonna probably sue, but
like Andre said up earlier, yeah, you got to talk a whole bunch of mess while you pulling off these moves.
Yeah,
a whole bunch of mess, even if it's single player.
Look, I'm sorry, man. The funny thing about that was that really did look like a Final Destination 3-stop Smash Brothers. Like, bro, they just ripped Smash Brothers. Like, okay, I'm with it. Like, stop giving Sakurai ideas. That man needs a break. Stop giving him
on vacation.
Yeah,
he shouldn't even be watching this right now.
You know he is. You know he watched it. You know he watched it. He got 2 TVs set up. One of them he's watching, on the other one he's embarrassing some poor fool on in the Smash tournament.
He looks over, he breaks the fourth wall. He's like,
like, please don't give this man no more ideas, because he needs to enjoy his break. He needs to enjoy his vacation. But all right, so that's gonna do it for this one, because it was self-explanatory. Short, sweet, and to the point.
Yes, sir.
I like those. All right, just remember, people, no podcast episode Sunday. So we're gonna be off this Sunday. So no podcast episode. Other than that, anything you want to pimp out?
Saturday is our Stormcast. Once again, we're not playing Pokemon, because instead we're probably going to be talking about this in depth. Vito should be on, and I'm probably going to open it up to everybody else for them to jump in, so we can nerd out and ask a bunch of questions and say a bunch of I don't knows, maybe. So that's going to be on Saturday. I'm thinking probably 3 or 3:30. So stay tuned for that.
All righty. I'm going to try to get a live stream of the Cruel King and the Great Hero. If I don't do it today, it'll have to be tomorrow. I know the Mario Kart tracks are dropping, but I'm probably not going to be able to do that till I get back. So there's that. I'm just being honest with you, because I got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow when I get off from work, as far as my trip is concerned. So yeah, but I'm gonna try to do that gameplay at least probably tonight. Probably do it if everything works out. I'll probably try to do it in the next couple hours. So just stay tuned to Twitter and to my Discord and you'll be able to see it if I go live or not. But all right, people, it's been fun. We will see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Peace.